I go on a lot about this in my videos and presence, deep presence. But I'm not sure many people actually understand the true meaning of deep presence and how important it is, because it affects everything we do in life. It affects the future. Everything in the present affects the future. Every decision, every choice, the way we are, the way how present we are in the present determines everything that's going to come in the future. And I give you an example. Before I bought this van, I was I was in a I was trying to root myself into the moment where I had to make a decision whether to buy it. And in that moment, I knew I had every feeling to go for it. And it's affected my whole future. So by really being rooted to your feelings and your senses and your excitement and your heart and your soul, and maybe even the negative feelings that come up, the deep instincts that are telling you not to do something, also be aware of them, and start to maybe learn and get in tune with yourself about what to listen to, what's your true instincts and what's maybe just in your head and your brain, your logic getting in the way, and fear. And it's all a practice, because then I understood once I made that step and bought it, that I can listen to my true instincts at every time. In fact, I learned that before, but that was the pivotal moment for me when I truly learned to trust my heart, 100% in every aspect of life. It's always telling you, and it speaks in the language of the soul, speaks in excitement, in passion, in heart, and it's what lights you up. It's what gives your soul purpose. And that moment in time, it was screaming to me, just go for it. I know it's rationally wrong, but I just went for it. I didn't get the van checked out. I didn't get it looked at. I didn't even take it for a test drive, but I just bought it there and then, because if I didn't, someone else was coming in behind me 5 minutes after, even less than that actually, and they would have swooped in, and I would have still been without a van, maybe even now, when I've had the most amazing trip, the most amazing experience, ups and downs, constantly doing it up and everything like that. But the journey, understand it from a higher perspective now, it's been very powerful. And that's only because I was rooted to myself and my body in the present moment. Presence is the key to life. When it comes to the past, we can only learn from it. We can only learn from our mistakes and our successes. But to live from the past, we'll constantly live with regrets. And to live from the future, it doesn't make sense, because the future isn't even created yet. It could only be created from the present moment. So we can't overly plan, because we don't even know what we're going to do tomorrow. We could be dead tomorrow. We could be dead. Literally. It's like a very real thing. People die all the time with strange circumstances that they just don't expect to happen, and that's life. And we don't know what we're going to be doing tomorrow, and that means we can only live fully in the present, because that's the only thing that exists. Tomorrow doesn't exist. The minute after now doesn't exist. So the only thing that's real is the present moment. The rest is just an illusion. It's an illusion. And it's just time. Time doesn't wait past the moment. The moment is the key. And yeah, listen to the song by Hollow Coves as well, which is called Notions. It's time won't wait past the moment. That's what I base this video on. The way they come across with their messages is the same. It's that deep presence and freedom in the moment, and how to be fully connected. Like if you're with a meal with your family and friends, you got a fire going, and how can you be fully present and take in the beauty of that? The interactions with your family. You're gifted to have an amazing family and friends, and a fire and freedom to eat and be with the sun. Simple things like that. It's deep presence, and it's things that when they're taken away from you, then they're appreciated more. But why can't we appreciate them without them being taken away? Because that's how we do it. We can't just appreciate things when they're taken away, because then we'll never appreciate them. We appreciate them whilst they're there. And we realise that they can be taken away, and that's what makes the veil so thin in this earth. Is it can all be over any second. It can all be over any second. And if you scroll through my videos, I've done an amazing one about that, and about it can all be over any second. And it makes life that magic comes from, is the power of being mortal. The power of being mortal is what makes this life special, because by being mortal, by taking risks whilst you're being mortal. It's very courageous, but it's also very powerful, because it can just be over. And that's why the moment is, by being in that moment and understanding that it can be over, you appreciate that moment that's happening right now, because it'll never happen again, because that is the moment that you're living in right now. And that's what makes this earth, and this spiritual realm, earth, what we call earth, so special, more than any other realm. We're very gifted, we're very blessed to be incarnated as a human and given this free will, and we need to, use it with a pure heart, which has been misused and misdirected for thousands of years, and people have misused their free will. And this is why it's so important to, where it comes from my messages, to use your free will and with a pure heart, and understand what we need to do with the work on earth, with a pure heart, like to rebuild this world and to live your life with honor. And by living with honor, it means going after your passions and drive, and understanding what your true passions and true soul desires are, and what are just illusions and being told that you want by society and by your shadow selves, which we need to actually integrate into our lives, because the shadow's just there to be integrated. We wouldn't be who we are without the shadow. The shadow aspect will always follow us around. It's just like literal shadow, which follows you around, but it's never you. It just follows you, and you have to integrate that. That's what the shadow means. And this is why, just deep presence, practice presence every day, practice true gratefulness. Like, look outside, just even wherever you are, look, there's an amazing tree growing there. There's the birds' song, there's the sun on my face, I'm breathing, I can eat, I'm in health. All of this. And if you're not, if you're not in health, for example, then what can I do in this present moment to heal? It's all in the present moment. The key is presence. The holy grail is presence.